January 15th, 2026. Two events, worlds apart, happened at the exact same hour. In one room, a Nobel Peace Prize medal was handed to Donald Trump. In another, Caracas, Venezuela, the CIA director sat down with a woman the DEA has been investigating for years. This is the story of betrayal, power, and oil. Maria Karina Machado spent 11 months in hiding, hunted by Maduro's security forces. She won the opposition primary with 93% of the vote, a mandate impossible to ignore. Yet the dictator made her illegal to run. In October 2025, the Nobel Committee awarded Machado the Peace Prize, but she couldn't attend the ceremony. Her daughter went to Oslo, accepted the medal, gave a speech about democracy, hope, and courage. Machado's message, the prize, was for Donald Trump. Trump had wanted a Nobel Prize for years. Now, the ultimate gesture appeared, Machado's medal given directly to him. But behind the scenes, a decision had already been made. Democracy was not the priority. October 10, 2025, Machado won, the last meaningful contact with Trump. Why? Because she committed the ultimate sin. She accepted the Nobel herself instead of deferring it to him. Trump's advisors warned Machado lacked support on the ground. The CIA briefed him that regime officials, even without Maduro, would maintain stability better than a democratic transition, and Trump made his choice. January 15th, Machado arrives in Washington, secretly, flanked by security. She walks into the Oval Office, hands over her Nobel Prize medal, makes a historic speech about democracy and gratitude. Trump keeps the medal, but nothing follows. Meanwhile, CIA Director John Ratcliffe is flying to Caracas. 2 hours later, he sits with Delcy Rodriguez, the former vice president under Maduro, now acting president. The DEA has had a priority target file on her since 2018. Rodriguez's history is troubling: drug trafficking networks, gold smuggling, money laundering. She's connected to Alex Saab, Maduro's financial bagman, and yet Trump chooses her over a Nobel Peace Prize winner. Trump had leverage, U.S. recognition, access to oil, the threat of indictment. Rodriguez could give him $2.75 billion worth of Venezuelan oil with a single phone call. Machado, demanding elections, would delay everything. Oil beat democracy. January 3, 2026. Delta Force captures Maduro. In New York, he faces narco-terrorism charges. The Venezuelan National Assembly immediately swears in Rodriguez. Maduro's dictatorship remains intact, minus Maduro, plus Trump's oil deal. Machado celebrates what she thinks is liberation. Trump publicly calls the operation a success, claiming to promote democracy. But behind the scenes, oil trumps elections, deals trump principles. Rodriguez gives Trump full access to oil, 30 to 50 million barrels at market value, revenue to the U.S. first. No elections, no transitional government, democracy sacrificed for immediate profit. Meanwhile, American oil companies like ExxonMobil watch quietly, unwilling to return. Trump doesn't negotiate, he takes. Rodriguez complies because she fears the DEA file hanging over her head. Democracy loses. Senator Chris Murphy confirms Machado got no commitments for elections. Her medal returned symbolic gratitude, but no power, no support, just betrayal. The ultimate cost of standing for principles. Trump calls Rodriguez on January 14th, positive phone call. Next day, Ratcliffe meets her in Caracas. Economic collaboration, security cooperation, not democracy. Oil and leverage define the deal. The DEA's priority target remains under investigation, but with Trump's recognition and oil access, she's safe for now. Machado's moral victory cannot compete with geopolitical pragmatism. Venezuela has the largest proven reserves of oil in the world. The U.S. sanctions previously blocked access. Now Trump takes barrels without waiting for courts or fair compensation to American companies. Immediate profit wins over principle. Rodriguez consolidates power, backed by Trump and U.S. recognition. Machado, even with a Nobel Prize, becomes politically powerless. The regime remains in place. Elections, if any, will be controlled, not democratic. American taxpayers funded Delta Force operations, CIA intelligence, diplomatic visits, all to secure a DEA-targeted dictator's ally in power. $2.75 billion in oil revenue flows to the U.S., democracy sidelined. Global implications. Oil price manipulation, refugee crises continue. Drug trafficking threats remain unaddressed. U.S. credibility on democracy diminishes. Principles are negotiable when strategic resources are at stake. History watches as a Nobel Peace Prize is given and oil wins. Corruption rewarded, moral authority ignored. The lesson for dictators: provide what Trump wants, avoid accountability. Democracy is optional. Venezuelans see continuity of dictatorship without the dictator. U.S. foreign policy prioritizes energy over human rights. Democracy is delayed. Principles cost $2.75 billion. The ultimate betrayal. January 15, 2026, a day when history witnessed a Nobel Peace Prize handed over and oil determined power. The lesson: when money and resources are on the table, democracy loses and principles are priced in barrels of oil.